Hey, it's your boy Diesel here, and just want to talk on a few things. I seen some stuff going on over there in New York that I'm not happy with. It's the same stuff that's going on in Deerfield, Michigan. Not happy with it. Now, I'm all for you coming here. This is America, and you can do whatever you want. Just don't push it on us. Don't push it on us. But no, you guys can't. You just can't leave it like that, can you? You gotta come here. You gotta go out and lay your little carpets on the ground, and then say "Death to America." That ain't cool. Don't come here after you destroy it on your damn country. Come here, try to do it to our country. Sad part is, it's happening, and people, certain people, just can't see this stuff. It's and they're taking over America without firing a shot. And they said this years ago that they would. You know, I am not bowing down to Allah or nothing like that. I bow down to God, our Lord Savior Jesus Christ. You come to me, put that to my head, and be like, you're going to say Allah. No. I guess that's the day I die. And I am not getting on my knees for nobody. You want to take me out because I won't praise your Allah? Then you're going to do it. But look at me. I'm a big guy. I am not going out without a fight. You think you're the only one who have these? America's full of it. We will not go down without a fight. America was born or made on under Christianity. This, I seen a video, and the guy's out there, and he's got thousands of his Muslim friends, and he's like, "We will not stop until every American is bound down to Allah." No. Now, I know some of you might be offended by this, be like, oh, America's supposed to be this and that. Hey, if you listen on at the beginning of the thing, you can come and do what you want. Don't put it on me. This is also my America. All right? I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I put God first before anything. And I'll be damned if I'm going to have some Deerfield, Muslim come to my house, tell me who I'm going to believe. Otherwise, he's going to kill me. Not going to have New York people spreading down here. What? But they've already taken over New York. And they've taken over Dearborn. And they ring that bell 5 times a day. Can you imagine living over there and hearing that start at or 7 times or however many times a day they do it? Can you imagine living right there? And the police they're in on it also, because now I know they hired the Muslim police. Do you guys realize that they want to do Sharia law here? We're just, and I get it, because people are probably like, well, what do we do? What do we do? Man, stop voting these people in. Starting to feel like voting don't even count. Because every time we vote and we know on what the vote has come out to be, it's something like, well, it's taking longer to get votes in, or we have to do the absentees, we have to do this, and it's going to take a few weeks to get them all in. That's bullshit. I was a kid, and I remember watching presidential elections, and everything was done at night. By the time By the time people went to bed, they knew who was already the winner. There was none of this, oh, mail-in. Man, I'm glad I'm old. And if you're young and you're watching this, which you probably aren't, because so many of those people don't want to hear this stuff, or they got the rings in their nose, or their hair's blue, or they're just like everything wants to be violence and hate, and nobody really wants to hear the voice of reason. I am the voice of reason. This shit is coming for us. America is in trouble. We've been in trouble. We've been lied to over and over. You know what? And it wasn't just like recently. Just that now, since social media is so powerful and everything like that, people can make up lies. People can, we can dig stuff up and we can look up the truth ourselves. All right? And the ones who do tell the truth, they normally silence. But I don't want to get myself banned or nothing, like that. Just want to point out to you guys that it's getting dangerous. New York, Deerfield, and I'm sure there's other places, but it's just getting crazy. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I mean, I know they're each to own, but they're not keeping to their own on them. And then we have the Democrats in there who are pushing this stuff because they want the riots. They don't want us to get along because we're so powerful. And then you people believe in like no kings. Nobody said that they're going to be a king. Trump is, guys, wake up, man. He knows he can't run for a third term. He knows he's not going to be no king. Kings aren't elected like that. Come on. You guys are just falling right into their trap, and we just need to clean them all out. All right? And we need good, wholesome people inside our government. We if you look back on how it was supposed to be, government wasn't supposed to be a career. Yeah. Evil is running everything. You guys need to dig into it. As far as I dug into it, and yeah, there might be some silver up there, but it's not a tinfoil hat. And now they're saying, they're coming out with like aliens are real. Have you heard that? Aliens are real. And I think now they want to do that just to keep people's minds off of other things, and on like the files, and if they released and they released thousands and thousands of files. I read them, and what are we gonna do? Oh, we're mad. Okay, that's all we're gonna do. There's something going on. For I voted for Trump, and I would vote for Trump again. But some things on just don't add up. Like when Biden was in there, things didn't add up. When Trump is in there, now this time, some things aren't adding up. Tired of getting lied to. Tired of being, working our asses off, and we're broke. Whatever happened onto that land down there in Maui where, like on it freaking burned. Whatever happened to the land out there in California. Burned. Why wasn't there water inside the fire hydrants? That's just crazy, ain't it? Totally crazy. So this is Diesel. I just wanted to. I'm just sitting here, just thinking. I was working on music, and that's how I express myself a lot on through my music. And but I know not everyone's gonna like everything I say, and I know half you probably didn't even stick around for this whole 10, 11, whatever minute video this is. But anyway, I'm Diesel. Diesel out. On Go stream my music if you're still with me. Truck drivers, for that, I'm a truck driver, 36 years over the road, trying to get in off the road. I've got two little ones still at home who I want to see. For my health isn't the best. I'm trying to get into better health, but only you guys can help me see my kids. And I'm not asking you guys to send me a check. All I'm asking you is to stream my music. Watch my videos, share, go to YouTube, watch the videos I'm posting there. YouTube made me a partner. All right, so far I've made $3, and I'm very grateful for that. And on Facebook, for the new month, how far that I've made on like $14. Thank you. And on last month I made like $43. That's because you guys also. So you guys are coming through for me. And Spotify though is just really, really dropped. I really need streams on the Spotify. And I don't know. Share it with your friends. When you get in the car, turn it on. If you're at home, just turn on the YouTube and just let it run. Let the commercials play on that's on how I get paid. As far as my good friend Coilman Jim that you all know, he bought me on this camera. I'm right here. Yeah, this camera is awesome. It's really awesome, But I don't have a one of those selfie sticks for it, and it's hard to do the videos on that I want to do while holding this in front of my face. I need on both hands, but I'm working on it. The selfie stick, it's not cheap, and but this is the Action 4 camera, and it's really awesome. You guys have seen some of the videos off of there, and I'm still learning to use it. Because I try to transfer some of the videos onto my phone or onto the computer, and this says the video's too big, and I'm like, holy smokes, because I videoed it in like 4K, and but I love that clearness of it. I've got a green screen over there that I need to set up and actually get some videos done for y'all. I'm off this week and I've been working on new music. I'm supposed to get some albums out, and I'm trying to get that music sorted out. And I've got a little bit here and a little bit there and a little bit there, and I need more than just a week off because I've been trucking and I've been gone. And this week it's just really been, overwhelming. And I'm trying to, this is a new phone right here because my other phone was really messing up. So I just got the same phone that I originally have, and this phone is 4 years old. And that's how it shows you on I'm not really, like one of those like, hey, I need to have the best. God, tells me, hey, be happy with what you get, and He'll provide for me, and that's where I've got these business cards made up, and I want to go out and hand them out to people. It's got my Spotify on QR code on it, and well, they charged me $30 a month to keep that QR code open, and I don't know. And boys, I've been trying to pass them out at the truck stops and stuff like that, and I just don't see a lot of guys who like country. Everybody likes to, punch you in the face. I'm going to kill you. On kind of music, and I could do that. I could come up with the hardcore, kind of stuff. But that's not me, man. And then I've had other people tell me, well, on your music sounds like it's from the 60s and 70s. Then I'm like, cool. Yeah, because on that's what I like. On I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I love a good chugging song. But does everything have to be violent? I mean, everything? And Metallica's the best for that. But I'm not Metallica, and I'm not a rapper. So I'm not Tom McDonald. I was on the charts for 2 weeks, and then Tom knocked me down. But hey, for 2 weeks I was above Tom. So thank you, Tom. And I just wish it was under different circumstances. Man, we're coming up to almost a year since you guys put me on the map. That was with my song "How Dare They." So many people stole my style, stole my look, stole my sound. As far as with me being a trucker, I thought I could start off my songs with breaker, and to the truck driver, they know on what I'm talking about. But then other people started copying that stuff also. And it's like, can't you come up with your own? Can't you come up with your own style? Shit, man. I put a lot of time and effort inside my music and stuff I want to do. I reached out and tried to find people to correspond with to do the do podcasts or the do funny skits. All right. Nobody wants to do nothing, and they want to get paid. All right, but nobody wants to do the hard work. I wish there was people who would like to do some funny skits or stuff like that. And there's like Sean, the what, no way guy on him. I love watching his videos. That man's got 4 million followers. All right, and it just started off by him testing stuff out. I don't know. Maybe I don't have the look. Maybe I don't have the voice. Maybe I don't know what it is. I know it doesn't happen overnight. I get that. I don't. And I know a lot of you guys follow me because of my music, and that's my main thing. The music is the main thing. I love doing the music, but some people said I don't come up with music fast enough, and like holy smokes, I've got so many albums out, and I remember like professional bands come out with like one album a year, and you're happy with it, and I don't know. I mean, so I don't know what you guys want. Do you guys want full albums? Or do you guys want EPs? If I do the EPs, that's only like 5 songs. I could do single songs also. I'm an entertainer. Give you guys on what you want. I just want to make enough to be home. It's not a free ride. This takes pretty much all day to do. And I come up with different ideas. I seen this one girl on here. She's funny as hell. And she buys stuff off of Amazon, and she's a heavy set woman, and she's okay on with her weight. And she puts this chapstick on her mouth like that, and she's really funny. And or there's a guy on here that he's another funny guy I watch. He likes to dress up on like a cat. Man, that man makes me so, I don't know if you've seen him, but he'll dress up on just like a cat, or like a dog or something. You're like, okay, can I have some of that chicken delight? You're like, no, and he's a teacher, and he's got that one girl, Sasha. She, okay, and I can't get that out of my head. As far as every time I say okay, I see Sasha's face, inside my head. So he's doing it right. I mean, man, I tip my hat to him, and he's already, he hasn't been on here for very long, but I seen where he was at one of the Comic Cons and stuff like that, and man, I want to go to one of the Comic Cons on him. I want to be at that level to where people know who you are, and be like, hey, there's Diesel. Now I've had a couple people come up to me, like inside the truck stops, and I love that. And but like I said, if you do see me inside the truck stop, come on up to me. I'll buy you. I'll buy you a dinner, buy you a steak dinner, or whatever is there, inside the truck stop. I know they don't have no steak dinner. That's not a. It's not a. It's not a trick, you know. But if they got McDonald's or whatever there, or I'm just as much interested to meet you as what some of these people who came up to me, be like, "Hey, you're Diesel." So yeah, and then and I wanted to take a picture with them, or they want to take a picture on with me. And I like that, and I like being able to meet people and see that something I did, made somebody happy for that day, just like my car. So many people thought, oh, you're going to get attacked in your town. Nope. Everybody in my town, on every race of people in my town love it. All right. I can't go anywhere without people saying, hey, can I get a picture of it? It's like driving a celebrity around. And, but once you push that horn and that Dixie horn comes on, and these people, they remember that, and they get so happy, and for when you drive off, they're going to remember that. And for maybe an hour or two, I made somebody's day. For somebody who takes pictures, on when I'm driving down 95, all right, and I see people holding up their phones on like that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm making them happy, and that's all I want to do. I want to continue to make people happy. If I wish I could make enough money to do, on just like on these other people do, but the thing is, I mean, I'll get to that. I don't need to buy a big mansion house. I don't need Lamborghinis. All right. If I made the money on like some of these other people do, I seen a lady on here who said that she's making 34,000 a month. Holy smokes! If I made 34,000 a month, I said, you guys are coming down. We're having a party, and we I've always wanted to. I lost my nephew. He was 16, and I lost him to cancer. And the Ronald McDonald House really helped us out because we had no place to stay when he was in the hospital and stuff like that. And I've always said, I gotta laugh because I used to take him with me in the truck, and man, he had chemo, so he was bald, and he let us paint his head up on like a globe, and then or one time on the back we painted like a smiley face on with a bullet hole in his head, and it was so funny. He really loved life, and but now he's gone, and we all take life for so granted. But anyway, when you're in the hospital and you see these kids and they all have hope, okay, and they don't know, half of them don't know you're never leaving this place, okay, and but yeah, we take life for granted. last year, I know a lot of people didn't know me, but people knew me only because of the Charlie Kirk song. And I tried so freaking hard. We have a children's hospital here in Orlando, um, and I wanted to fill up as many toys as what I could. Now, don't get me wrong. I know we got the on the Toys for Tots and other thing, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to go in there and give these kids better toys and instead of just like stuffed animals. And nothing's wrong with stuffed animals, but they're never getting out of there, people. They don't know what remote control cars, like video games, handheld stuff, and I dare anybody to try to tell me, well, they've got this and this and this, because on that just no, they don't have life. They're never getting out. Oh shit, that makes me want to cry on just thinking about these kids. They sit there and they're so happy, and you just know, like, wish I could save you all, but you guys don't get me to that level. But I want to fill up a semi full of toys, and I want to take it down there and just pass stuff out, and to where these kids are like, hey, to see that people do care. But you know what? I only got one person to donate, and since I couldn't find anybody to help me, I tried to send the money back to the lady, and she told me no. She said, keep it." But I don't know why people don't trust individuals. It's sad. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who are scam artists and stuff like that, but I really wanted to do it. I don't know why. I would call and try to set up fundraisers, and people are like, well, what non-profit organization are you working with? And I'm like, I'm just doing it myself. And like, well, we don't do this. I called Walmart, asked them, hey, could you guys donate toys? And they're like, what non-profit organization are you working with? And I'm like, it's just me. And they're like, no, we don't do that. Okay. So, what the hell am I doing wrong? Why isn't it panning out? What am I doing wrong? I just want to help so many. I wish I could find, like one person every year at the end of the year who really, really needs help. And I wish I could change that person's life, and I don't want to be like, hey, Diesel, dun, 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 dun. I want it to be where people don't know. And, because that's what God wants us to do. But yet, there's people out here who are like, Satan, blah, blah, blah. And they're making $10,000 a week. And I know that, for a fact. I've seen it. Right? I know one. And I tried teaching him about God, but he said he sold his soul, and I'm like, you bullshit. And he's like, no, I really did it. And but I refuse to do that. My soul belongs to God. But I know it's a slow thing. But man, if you can tell your friends, if you can tell, hey, check this guy out, and no matter on what people think of me, I'm not the bad guy. I'm the good guy. I'm the good guy that people think are bad guys, and but anyway, I've rambled on a long time just about so much stuff, and I don't even know if it's a 30-minute video. I love you all, and far as my YouTube channel is Diesel 1970 on and my Spotify is just Diesel. You look me up there, it should have a picture of me, and also on my Rottweiler, inside of a studio, but it's in cartoon form. I like cartoons. Growing up, I had a very, very strict mom. I pretty much lived the mommy dearest life. Have you ever seen that movie? I hated my childhood, tried to run away from it, and I hated it. We were adopted, and she would always call or act like she was calling the adoption agency, trying to trade me in, for another kid. And like, we don't like this one, And so if you listen to my song, and this is me, this is who I am, that song, and that's what it's about. Life has treated me like shit. But you know what? I keep getting up. I dust myself off, and I go on. A year ago, I was in an accident, and like I said, we're still going through the procedures of that, so can't talk much about that. But I was asleep in the truck and got smashed into. Like, what the heck, man? By somebody who lives in California. But as far as I'll go with that, there's not a day that goes by that, my back don't hurt, and it caused permanent damage that makes you feel less of a man. And I really enjoy the Hulk. You guys have seen that, and because I like that Hulk feeling, just taking control. But lately, old age and because of the accent and stuff like that, fucking, it's kicked the bucket out from underneath me. I'm doing my best, and at times my best ain't good enough. And I'm just opening up, I'm just letting you know, like, this is, I don't know, I'm just talking. I'm holding this freaking phone in. I'm just talking. I don't know who's going to watch this or what. And I'm like, am I going to post this? Am I not going to post it? It's just been one of those days and weeks, as far as I climb up in that freaking truck and you do what you're told. And then people don't have the balls to admit on when they're the one that screwed shit up. And then they're like, Diesel did it, and then people call me, and I'm like, hey, I tried calling you guys, and nobody wants to answer the freaking phone. Yeah. Either that or your boss gets mad because I'm on here, and like, hey, you can't be on there or whatever like that because we don't want people to affiliate you with the company. Why? Because I'm USA? I'm red, white, and blue? What the shit, man? Does everything have to be complicated? Man. But I'm just venting. Growing up, I told you on about my mom. And, my dad wasn't so bad. I said I grew up military, but there was like no posters on the wall. There was no loud music. There was no long hair, no earrings, no it just because I was rock and roll. I was in the Motley Crue, Rat, Wasp, Kiss. All right, none of that. Not in this house. You better get up off your ass and do this and blah 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 and code of military justice. I know there are many of nights that I did something wrong during the day, and I would be woken up by being dragged out of my bed by my hair, and my mom would just dig her freaking nails into my scalp, and she'd pick me up by my hair and swing me around. And I remember on being put in the dryer and turned on. Yeah, I guess I was small at one point. But who does that? Remember the hot sauce, inside my mouth. I remember on because I was adopted. I wasn't adopted when I was a baby. I was adopted when I was like 3 years old, and had a wasn't, I guess, potty trained fully yet, but she didn't like that. And I remember every time I messed my pants, they rub it like in my face, and you have to walk around the house like that for the day. Either that, or they put diapers on you and embarrass you, make me answer the door like that, or just it's a wonder I turned out the way I did, instead of like some mass murderer or something like that. But I'm here. I want to help other people, and both my parents are deceased now, and I did get to meet my birth mother, but you know what? All she was looking for was a place to stay. Also, just does anybody have any morals anymore? I was married once before. I'm happily married now, but I was married before, and when I was gone, she might as well just been like, going door to door, knocking on everybody's door, like, okay, it's your time to have a turn with me. Your turn to have a turn with me. I tell you, on mentally, people ask me like, where do you come up with this stuff? And but mentally, my mind has just been shocked so many times. As far as my first wife, I've only been married twice. All right, but she was giving birth, and I'm feeding her ice chips right there. Hey, and she said, "I've got something to tell you, huh?" And I said, "What? I'm wiping the sweat off her brow, giving her ice chips, and she's like, I don't know what color the baby's gonna be." What? What? Now, she was a white girl, and I'm a white guy, right? And so you understand my whats? What? And I mean, had she waited 10 to 15 minutes longer, she could have taken that to her death, to her deathbed. But yeah, come to find out, she was screwing the guy next door, who it was one of the next door neighbor's girlfriends, boyfriends, or whatever. And well, just tell me on that don't mess with you. Freaking gave my life, man. People, I wanted to make it to where she never had to work, because my dad had always taught me on that the man, that's his job, to take care of the house, to do this and that, and treat your lady. That's what I wanted to do. I sent letters from every state I ever went to her. I sent those ceramic bells, so that way, she's like, hey, this is where I'm at, and I worked my ass off. I worked for Otis Elevator back then, hauling elevators all over the country. Made so good money. She kept me broke, and I was out all year, and I came home for Christmas. And people are like, well, that's why, she cheated on you, because you weren't home. No, but there's people who are in the military that are gone that long also. When you stand and say, I do, that don't give you the right to, just because somebody's gone. I was gone dedicating my life to take care of my family at home. And she had kids when I first met her, and I raised those kids as mine also, and I can still consider them mine. One don't talk to me. The other one, he talks to me. He considers me dad. But people don't want to, you know, people don't want to be held accountable for their actions, right? And well, I don't know. I'm still picking myself up almost daily, brushing myself off, and it's almost like every day I find a new pain. All right, and people are like, well, go to the doctor, and I really don't like doctors. If I've got like a white coat syndrome kind of thing, and I just don't believe doctors. As far as I feel like how can we have the technology and stuff like that to help people, all right? And then there's so many people out here that might have cancer or something like that, but if you don't have the insurance because your jobs nowadays are all going to freaking 1099s and there's no benefits, stuff like that, and then they're like, oh well, you don't have no insurance, there ain't nothing we can do, so it's almost just like F you, we'll see you inside the grave. Hey, we got rid of another one. Another job opening. Another one who's going to vote Democrat. Just, I don't know. I'm almost guaranteed. Like, maybe only about 2 or 3 of you guys watched. I'm at 41 minutes. And just pisses me off. I've got a song I got written called Nothing Lasts Forever But Pain. And people are like, well, what about love? No, love don't last forever. And love can die, but nothing you ever do really lasts forever except for pain, because pain will always remind you, hey, like, because you love, say, hey, I love you forever. But then, if he or she, whatever, leaves you or dies or something like that, the pain, every time you think of them, and you're gonna be sad. So there's the pain, but pain, yeah. Sometimes life is just like one big Pink Floyd album, and but I don't know. I love you guys. If you guys could stream my music, Spotify, or if you go there, or if you're here watching this, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and leave a comment. Every little bit helps. These people aren't lying. On those commercials on that pop up, let them play, as far as and they help me. And I know God has a plan for me to be able to make sure my family is okay before I die. As far as I know I don't have long. My blood pressure was stupidly high. As far as I'm on pills now. As far as sometimes my feet are numb, and that's been since the accident. And I need 2 fingers right here are numb, and it just sometimes I wish the whole body was just numb, and just like just close yourself off. But I'm not a puss, Jesus fell 3 times. He brushed himself off, got up, went to his death. So what do I learn from that? I learned, get back up, brush yourself off. Look at my shirt, Let your love flow for the Lord above. God keeps giving me the strength. Also, a lot of people, I see I'm missing a couple of teeth there because I I was at a customer, and I was walking across their grass, and they have a drainage ditch, and it wasn't marked off, and I was going across grass, and it looked even all the way across. And when I was going across, I would run across there to get back to my truck. Yeah, I run, and bam, face first planted, bam. And you know what? As far as they didn't want to take care of it, and so I'm not ready to sue in kind, but I wanted my teeth back, and so I reached out to Morgan and Morgan, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna help you, and then they're like on this is what's your workman's comp, and I'm like, I'm 1099, and once they heard 1099, they had nothing to do with me. So once again, not only did I end up with looks like this, now I got no two front teeth, and I don't like opening my mouth very much. And or at least on camera, and but I am doing the weight loss things, shots by Roe. I was trying to just do my doctor, but I don't have insurance, and so it was very costly. It was $1,100 a month. Now I'm going through Roe, and I'm taking the shots, and hopefully it works, and you guys support me and help me out on that, but if I can lose some of this weight, I feel like maybe I can get back out there in life, and I can feel good about myself, and just I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm Diesel. I'm gonna post this, and then I'll keep looking, and and I know the handful of the ones that love me, support me, and ones who will comment, but maybe on this video I get through to you guys, like on who I am and on what I do, but anyway, and listen, I'm no way crying, because I know everybody has everybody's got heartache, everybody has something wrong. These people who say like, oh, I wish I had their life. Everybody's got something wrong. There's not nobody who doesn't have some kind of pain and suffering in their life. I get that. I want to help those people. I'm just I can't help everybody. All right, but I want to. I want to live in like Jesus's image. Now, music, has really been helping me, and like I said, I need you guys. I need you guys so much. The radio stations I've reached out, and but they're like, hey, on who are you signed with? Who are you this? I don't have that. Like, holy shit, man! How am I supposed to get anything if there's always you gotta go through some big corporation in order to get on what you want, But you guys made the Charlie Kirk song go to #1 for 2 weeks, all right? And there's over like 2.2 million views of that song, all right? And so I know it can be done. I know it. If anyway, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Comment below, share, subscribe, hit the bell, on all that stuff, man. At least with me, at least you're not getting none of those stupid long videos where you wonder, like, is something going to happen? Are they going to do it? Blah, blah, blah. Then at the end, it's the most stupidest, and I end up watching an hour video of something that just I'll never get my time back. And they're just doing it, because people are getting paid for it. Or people ask stupid questions, like, what does the red and yellow button do inside the semi? Or how many gears are they ask those questions because they need the comments, right? And I answer them, but I just, at least with me, at least like on where you guys stand. As far as I'm very, well, I know the word trying to where you can see through me. I don't hide nothing. Transparent. Thank you. That's just the voices in my head telling me. But these other people, and but anyway, once again, I'm Diesel. Thank you for watching almost an hour, and Diesel out. Love you guys. God bless you.